Hey guys, it's Megan from Charlotte's Bridal in La Crosse, Wisconsin. I just wanted to take a minute today and talk a little bit about the amazing program called Do You Speak Bride. So we were first introduced to Do You Speak Bride a couple years ago, and the most fabulous Wendy. And so when I first started working here, a couple months later, we had Wendy and the Do You Speak Bride program come to our store and do an awesome 2-day intensive. I'm not gonna lie, at first we were all really nervous because we thought she would come in and just like totally judge our entire store, but no, it was totally not that, and we just embraced everything that she gave us. I mean, the first thing she did was she came in and she helped us transform our store to better fit the bride's needs and wants. So that was super exciting. We got to do a whole store redesign, which was super fun because our boss had to go along with it. But other than that, I mean, outside of just transforming literally our store, she transformed how we think about brides and taught us how to empathize and just kind of empower and be there for them emotionally through this crazy process of being engaged in, finding her dress. I think the most fun thing about having, the Do You Speak Bride program in our store is that, Wendy really taught us how to welcome and receive the bride. From that moment that she walks into our door, it was just like boom, changing the entire experience for her. And so once she kind of helped us, transform our store, she also transformed how we thought about brides and when they come in and just creating that ultimate experience for them, which right after she left, we saw a difference right away. It was crazy, just her explaining to us how the bride's brain kind of works was super helpful because we found how we could better service her and how to create that lifelong story and memory for her and her family that they just couldn't walk away from. And so it was just super awesome because, when you work in a position like this, sometimes it feels like people just think you're there to sell them, but when they have, when we have brides walk into our store, automatically they feel that our hearts are there for them, our minds are there for them. We are there to help service and give as much of us to them to help empower them to make that decision to find their gown and have that, lifelong story and the magic, that all comes with it. And so it's just really, really great. And she taught us more about leading a bride versus, selling a bride, which that's really what it is. It's just leading her through this tricky territory of bride country. And once she kind of gave us that mindset and the program gave us that mindset, it was just like clicked. It made a huge difference. I know some people are really about analytics, and gosh, in that first even half year, because she came right at the beginning of our busy season to the end, we were about 20% ahead of what we were the prior year before. So the difference it made in, our culture in our store and our staff and, the difference it made for the brides coming in here, it just was amazing. And it was so empowering as a consultant to be more than just like a personal butler for the bride. Like, they were really valuing our opinions, our thoughts, our expertise, and at the end of the day, you're that partner there for her to help lead her through this decision and empower her to make the best decision on how she feels inside, because it really is all about a feeling. And so that's just something that's been super near and dear to my heart. I would say the Do You Speak Bride program, started off as 2-day intensives in our store, but then, Wendy and her team started releasing the online video training, which was fantastic because there's nothing like knowing that when you hire a new consultant that she can pick up on our culture and pick up on how we love and service and lead our brides from day one. And so it's really kind of fun because we refer to them as Wendy videos. And so anytime we hire a new employee, it's like, on their checklist is you got to do your Wendy videos, and you have to watch them all before you can even work with the bride. And it's just that extra step to ensure that the bride has that perfect experience every time she comes in, even if she works with a brand new consultant. The really nice thing about it too is it's not only for our brand new stylists. It's great that, you know, sometimes being out as a warrior for the bride, sometimes you get kicked down quite a few times, and you just really need to reconnect with the Do You Speak Bride culture and all of that goodness that it brings to your mind and to kind of the vibes that you give off as a consultant. And so we also, you know, as seasoned consultants, go back and watch them, and it's really fun too, because if there ever is a tricky situation in an appointment and you're like, I wonder what Wendy would do, you literally just go back and watch the videos because you can find the answers right in there. It does come with a manual too, so it is really nice because sometimes you can just go right into your notes and see, you know, what you can do, and you can do it really quickly in between appointments on a busy Saturday or anything, and just get recharged for that next bride. And outside of, you know, the 2 days intensives and the Do You Speak Bride in-store video trainings, there also is now the Do You Speak Bride Stylist Summits. And so we went to our first summit this past December in Chicago, and it was so fun. We took our entire staff to Chicago. Yeah, I don't know how Jen and Kathy made it out alive, but they did. But we took our entire staff, and oh, I loved it. And I know all the girls loved it too, because one, we got to connect with the Do You Speak Bride family, which was great because you could collaborate and meet other stylists from around the country. And that's not something that, you know, you get to do a lot. And so it's kind of like that first like networking convention ever made for bridal consultants and stylists. And the thing I think was really cool is it's just really reaffirming that, you know, being a stylist isn't your, I got out of college and couldn't find a job, so I'm doing this type of job. It really can become a career. And so that's something that I really loved taking away from the summit, and also being able to collaborate and connect anybody in our store who hasn't had, you know, that privilege of being in the space of the Do You Speak Bride's family in person, or in the space of Wendy herself. And so the summit was just so fun. I think it's just so awesome how there's so many different, you know, facets of the Do You Speak Bride training, and you really can connect your people with each one. And even if you've done, you know, 3 2-day intensives like we have here at the store, those things never get old. I mean, it's not you've done it once, you've seen it all. It's something new every time, and it just continues to grow our store. Over the past 3 years, we have seen so much growth, not only with numbers, but growth in, you know, keeping consultants on our staff and keeping great ones, because, you know, this really has turned into a career for them. And it's just so exciting to see that happen for such a beautiful business like Charlotte's. And so it's something that is just always will have a near and dear place in my heart, and something that I am so thankful for every day, because not only does it impact so much of, you know, what we do at Charlotte's, but also personally, I started doing it to my younger sister, then she started working here and was like, stop Wendying me. So it's just so fun that you can really take a lot of those principles and apply them to your own personal journey. You know, just really learning how to connect with people, connecting with our brides, building those deep relationships with, you know, them professionally, but also being there for them emotionally, being able to build deeper relationships with the people we already have in our own personal lives, just really makes the world go around. And it's just, I'm so thankful every day that we have gotten the opportunity to be a part of that and get to be those ones out on the front lines for brides, kind of, you know, letting them know, like, Do You Speak Bride? It's here, it's real. Any store that has it is a store that's definitely worth going to. So if you're ever on the fence of whether you should jump in to Do You Speak Bride, stop being on the fence. Do it today. It's a game changer. And I'm so excited for the next step, the Master Stylist class. I am like, oh, so excited. And I know our staff is too. So do it. Do You Speak Bride has been a game changer for us in so many different ways. I would never hesitate to jump in and do it again.